Hello listeners, I'm K.A. Statz, the writer and creator of The White Vault.
And Travis Vengroff, the producer and sound designer.
The Realm of the White Vault will return with Season 4 in October, but there are many more stories set in my mysterious world. Today, we're presenting the public release of the first episode of Imperial, the White Vault spin-off. The story takes place in 1700s China during a Jesuit cartographic expedition into a then unmapped region of northern China. Imperial is an award-winning miniseries with an ear for detail, such as featuring one of the most recent recordings of the endangered Manchu language, an official language of the Qing Dynasty.
We create a lot of bonus stories for release on our Patreon, hours and hours of additional content. Patreon is how we support the continued creation of our shows. Supporting an indie show, and more so an indie production company, is an uphill battle in the best of circumstances, but is even more challenging when the products are podcasts, which means we rely on each individual listener's choice to support our show.
So if you enjoy the sample of what you hear today, consider joining us for more quality content. But for now, settle in, because the first episode of our award-winning spin-off, Imperial, begins now.
我是刘佐教授，近来任教于北京大学，目前正在访问中国社会科学院。手边一些资料指出，某些语言不只出现于现代中国。This is Dr. Zhou Liu, recently of Peking University and currently visiting with the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences. I've come across something of particular interest regarding the multitude of languages spoken not only in present-day China, but also during previous dynasties. The importance of this find will become evident with time, and I feel it is important to display the whole of the context in which it was found. During my recent work to document dialectal differences in the written forms of Manchu and northern provincial languages during the Qing Dynasty, I was permitted to search documents and artifacts stored within the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences. In their archives, I found a bound collection of papers, filed with documentation of Jesuit experiences within the Qing Dynasty around the year 1710. The loose pages contained a mixture of writings, some in Manchu, others in Mandarin, and more in both Italian and Portuguese. It took some time to translate the Manchu and Mandarin, and during this time, I sent out the Italian and Portuguese sections for translation. The works contain writings by Jingwei, the second son of a local magistrate in the Chichiha region, Portuguese Jesuit cartographer Father Martim, and Italian Jesuit brother Benedetto. A week ago, I compiled all the written documents into what I believe to be their chronological order. Granted, it is an incomplete account of events. Imperial. Episode 1. The earliest surviving document is a written voucher for young Brother Benedetto's voyage to the docks of the Gulf of Pacelli, which shows his full name and the name of the ship, but is otherwise void of legible information. The next is a surviving document written by the young Jesuit.
«3 agosto, anno di Nostro Signore 1711. Con grande piacere posso testimoniare di essere giunto nel paese più sorprendente che io abbia mai visto nella mia vita sulla terra di Dio. Benché il mio precedente soggiorno presso il nostro ordine a Goa è nei 3rd of August, year of our Lord 1711. I am delighted to record that I have reached the most remarkable country I have yet to know within my time upon God's earth. Though my previous stay at the holdings of our order within Goa and its surrounding country was certainly a memorable experience, my time thus far within the boundaries of the Empire of China is far more striking. Nowhere within the eastern reaches have I seen such wonders of science, art, manners, and city life as I have within the city of Peking, where I currently reside. This place stirs a fondness in me. I have been here perhaps a week now, having arrived by boat to one of the many small harbors within the Gulf of Pacelli and traveled through the province of Pacelli with several other dignitaries and officials of the empire, only to reach Peking on the 27th of July. Our trip across the lands of this province have shown me only a minor piece of the tapestry of the empire. As such, given my fondness, I can see no better place for me than by the side of Father Martim Vaz, aiding in the cartographic documentation. It is warm, yet it rains often during this season. This is normal, I'm told, and light conversation on the weather has helped to break my fear of speaking Mandarin. I am not skilled, yet I can make my needs and points known, and there are those within the offices who are kind enough to aid in my education. Though I am afraid I have no skill for the artful written texts of the language. The long sea voyage from Goa to the Chinese port left me ill. But the fresh air and bounty brought to Peking is an exceedingly sufficient remedy. The abundances of fruits, grains, fine dishes of rice and fishes are prepared in manners dissimilar to what I have experienced previously. Yet I have found favorites amongst them. After my time with Father Martim, given that the Emperor's office and the office of our order allows, I will attempt to extend my stay. Following morning prayer, I will meet with Father Martim to discuss our departure from Peking. Under the eyes of our watchful Lord and His Holy Son, I have made note of many natural wonders of flora and fauna in the land of Goa and hope to expand my naturalistic knowledge through additional examination while on our expedition. There are many opportunities already presenting themselves, and I have much to reflect upon at my noon examen. As for our upcoming departure, it is my currently held belief that we are to leave for the city of Qiqihar within the week.
The next document follows up on the aforementioned meeting. Though written by Father Martim Vaz, mention of him within other historical records are rare. But, seemingly like Brother Benedetto, he is documented as residing at the Jesuit church in Goa several years prior to the date of this writing.
De agosto, ano do Nosso Senhor, 1711. Esta manhã encontrei-me com o irmão Benedetto, jovem ansioso até então apaixonado pelas terras e povos da China. O irmão também foi apresentado ao meu servo, António, sendo este, é claro, 4th of August, year of our Lord, 1711. This morning I met with Brother Benedetto, an eager young man so far enamored with the lands and peoples of China. The brother was also introduced to my servant Antony, that being, of course, his Christian name, given to him upon his baptism at the church in Goa. Brother Benedetto, more proficient in mastery of Hindi than the presently required Mandarin, discussed with Antony his home back in Goa, and they discussed their journeys here. It seems Brother Benedetto had taken ill due to turbulent seas, and Antony shared with him a tincture of ginger root he had procured from the local apothecary for just such an ailment. The young brother is certainly enthused with his appointment to the cartographic expedition. He also fancies himself an amateur naturalist and aspires to document more than the required physical expanse of China. Again, while promisingly enthusiastic, these deviants may show a lack of control or attention to the task at hand. More so, as his cartographic experience is lacking, and this expedition is 4 weeks behind our projected schedule as it is, I am apprehensive to express acceptance of his additional interests, though I see the value in it. On the topic of our primary mission, we are tasked with the continued expansion of the Jesuit mapping expeditions across the reaches of China's Qing Dynasty. The Society of Jesus has waited and watched for some time, hoping to access the lands and people here. Father Paranin, possessing a talent for persuasion, most assuredly receives some credit and honor for influencing and instilling a great desire for knowledge on the extent of this vast empire to the Qing Emperor. So, to both the Emperor and Father Paranin, we are grateful. The Emperor's wishes to map his realm, utilizing our modern Western techniques and applicable sciences, aligns itself with our goals. Our small team is just a stroke in the finely crafted masterpiece of the mapping of the whole of God's earth. We are working off the previous map compilation of the northern provinces, assembled by Father Regi, Father Zhou, and Father Fridelli in May of 1709. Our guide and official to the realm of the Emperor, one Jingwei, is the second son of a local magistrate, and we are to meet him in Qiqihar. Now I must pray for safe passage, as we leave for Qiqihar tomorrow.
Thank you for joining us for this section of the 10-episode series, Imperial. We hope you have enjoyed this introduction to Imperial, which helps set the stage for the Jesuit team's mission into the mountains.
We hope you take a look at all our Patreon has to offer and consider joining us to hear the rest of Imperial and so much more. At the $5 level, you'll not only get access to Imperial, but also additional mini-series Artifact and Eureka, as well as The White Vault, a musical, and hours of additional content.
Until then, stay safe, stay tuned, and remember, travel is not advised.